All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Agent Mastermind Tuesday class with your good friend and mine, the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Scotty Hudspeth, leading the charge. I'm Paul Baxter, and we have our good friend Mike Zinger on the line with us. We're here to answer any questions you've got as we go through the presentation today. And as Scotty mentioned, we've kind of had a change of what we're going to be doing on our presentation. Our good friend Dawn Woolridge is attending her Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens parade today. So we kind of came up with something that we think is going to help you guys. It goes along the lines of what we talked about last week in terms of results in advance. What we're going to talk about today is your brand and how do you brand yourself? How do you become that brand? So what Scotty's going to present to you today is a very inexpensive and super easy way to be able to accomplish that.
Yeah. The more I talk to, and I had a presentation this morning with a broker owner that has 109 or 110 agents in his staff, and the one question I asked him, I said, does each one of your agents have their own website? And he hesitated and said, some do, some don't. And I said, well, okay. One of the things we like to make sure of is that they all have a presence or a brand online, and one of the ways we do it is to help them with the website. So what I'm going to show you today has saved many real estate agents thousands of dollars. I don't know if you've got quoted lately on a website or maybe what really the reason I'm calling it a website because
that's what it is.
It's really what it is. It's really what it is. I mean, I can say that I'm going to show you how to set up your own blog, but then everybody goes, "Oh my God, now I got to think of something to write," and that is not the case.
Not anymore. It used to be when you thought about what a blog was, it was just a single page somewhere on the web that had articles and little snippets of pieces of useful information. What a blog is today, what WordPress has become today, is literally your own website where you can control every single aspect of the content without having to go through all of the different things that a website designer would go through. And the great thing is and I'll show you a couple of examples, Scotty, like I mentioned before the class, if you guys want to see a couple of examples of what it would look like if you took and kind of did your own, we can certainly show you many of those today, but it gives you a chance to control your content and own what people find about you on the Internet. That's how you grow your brand.
Correct. Today's one of the very few days that I'm going to make it about me, which it's not really about me, but it's about you, okay? So here's the thing is I never really say make it about you because that's not where the money's at. The money's in making it about the seller and the buyer and the short sale and the foreclosure and your database and stuff like that. Make it about them. But today, guess what, guys? It's about you, okay? So the question is, who is still using, a little survey here on the right-hand side, who's still using Gmail, Yahoo, Comcast, AOL, and Hotmail for their email address? I'm not saying using Gmail for where they like send and receive emails, but who is still, and almost everybody I talk to has this. They don't have a professional business email.
So instead of scott@gmail.com, you're talking about scott@scottsthegreatest.com.
Correct. So who is still using, like, one of these is their main business email address, okay? And as you can see, a lot of people are saying, yes, that's me. So here's what I'm going to show you how to do, and you probably didn't even know you can do this for free, but if you bought a domain name at GoDaddy or at Bluehost, which I'm going to show you both, you can have an email address that is your domain name with your name in front of it. If you want info, support, real estate, realtor, whatever you want to have it as, can be your first name at yourbusinessname.com, okay?
And even if you're reading the emails from Gmail or Outlook or wherever you're reading, you still have that email address that people can send to. It gives you, it's another way to get your brand in front of them. You know, your brand is your name. So like Jay posted in here just a second ago, Jay has j@jmchugh.com. I mean, that's correct. A branded email address, and that's branded specifically to Jay. That's what Scotty's talking about here.
Correct. Thank you, Paul. All right, so why your own website, okay? 5 key reasons to real estate websites: direct communication, positioning yourself as the expert, lead generation, competitive differentiation, relationship marketing, changing with times, right? Because how do you change when a new program comes up and you got a $3,000 grant going on? How do you let people know about it? You got to get with your tech guy. You got to do this. You got to do that, and hopefully it gets up in time before it's all done, right? Well, not anymore. Who is your audience and likely clients? How to get started? What to blog about? And when to blog and how often? And I did some numbers last night, Paul. And check this out. In 6 ways to keep up with blogging ideas, we're going to have a little accountability here. And just like, hey, man, share your blog post on the group page, okay? When it comes to the private group page, share it with us. We'd love to see it. So this week, WordPress.org, your own hosting account, flexibility with WordPress, your own .com, your own .com email, your own .com email in Gmail, which is pretty cool, blogs for your whole team with one hosting account, marketing ideas, like what if you had, I mean, get this, what if you had a FSBO blog, what if you had an expired listing blog, and you targeted expired listings with it, and you put up a bunch of cool stuff with it. I'm going to show you how to do that within literally one night. New construction blog. What if you want to target a builder in your area that's got like unlimited number of plats and just all kinds of homes going up? What if you want to do something special for him? Guess what? I'm going to show you how to do it. What if you wanted to focus on people that needed credit repair because those people have friends, family, and coworkers that buy and sell homes?
And think about this, you guys. When you create a blog that is specific to that niche, what happens is, we talk a lot about keyword searches, and when people do a Google search, we talk about search engine optimization and how your keywords can play into that. Well, when you look at keywords, only 30% of the searches are being done on the most popular keywords: homes for sale in Palm Harbor, house for sale, real estate for sale. Only 30% of the searches are happening on those big keyword terms. The other 70% are happening on things like homes for sale by owner.
Yes.
Show me, expired listings or foreclosures in my area, FHA, first-time homeowner assistance. Those are the kind of search terms that 70% of the searches are happening on, not the main keywords. So having your niche blogs can tap into those larger population that is searching the smaller keyword terms. I hope that made sense the way I explained that.
Yeah, and it'll make sense. It'll make sense. We'll do another class on keyword terms and search optimization, which is SEO, and we're going to do a class on LEO, which is local engine optimization, because that's kind of where Google's going to, which is going to be a huge class for everybody. So somebody's already asking questions. You need somebody that's good with WordPress? Absolutely. We will, if anybody, I'll give you an email to send to, and I will refer out a really close friend of mine that's amazing at WordPress, and she's been doing a lot of my stuff for me. So great. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see, Paul, that we have some people here that know that is not their strong suit. Who can help them get it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's where, and I'm not saying, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit. It's not about you doing it. It's about getting it done. So farming it out, because I'm going to do some numbers for you here. Let me do this really quick. What can you do with a blog? Where'd my thing go? You guys know this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk? Let me just tell you a little story here. He took a $16,000 a year wine, his dad's wine store, and turned it into a $60 million a year wine store just by using video and social media, and more importantly, his tv.winelibrary.com blog. Okay, he did a 10 to 15 minute blog post every single day for I don't know how long. He literally now owns an internet marketing company with over 200 employees, okay, in 1 year. Guy is insane. So storytelling, branding, video marketing, I mean, it's endless. Co-market with other people, CPAs, financial planners, homeowners, insurance agents. Great one for testimonials, so other people can see that you're actually in the business selling homes and helping people buy homes. Education is a great one. Social media, share blog with others. And when I say that, I mean, I know a guy that had 2 other people that would post on his blog, so they all had admin rights, and they could post different things about their area. So it's not just him putting up content, it's 2 other people putting up content as well, and they were all benefiting from it because they're continually sharing the effort of putting up content, all right? Now, again, you don't have to be the one to do the content. You can have somebody else do that for you, okay? So it looks like somebody says, why can you send the info for the thing? Okay, cool. All right, so got somebody frustrated about the WordPress. Well, hey, Bob, we'll get you hooked up for sure, okay? Now, if you've just joined us, the presentation that we're going to do, the lady won the Super Bowl. Her town, Baltimore Ravens, won the Super Bowl, and she wanted to spend the time with her family. And you know what? I love that she chose that over. I would much rather have her here with us, but family comes first. So 100%, I'm glad that she's been able to do that. All right. So if you're just joining us, we're going over how to set up your own WordPress blog. So what to blog about? Your listings, cover of celebrity or high-dollar home for sale in your area, new construction projects, tip of the week video, which we do all the time, house prices and market conditions, connect with pet owners, viral videos, buyer-seller resource guide, personal stories, talk about your local resources. You got a local event going on, podcast and interview with an industry local bigwig, which this is a big one. This will get you a lot of listeners, but also build a lot of relationships. I mean, it's not you don't have to be in front of the camera. You just got to record the conversation. Right now I'm on a $99 Yeti mic, and I'm telling you, it is one of the best mics on planet Earth that you can use to do interviews with. And I would highly recommend getting one. And I'm actually talking to you on that right now. I'm not on a phone. I'm just using my $99 Yeti mic. Okay, it's called Yeti. Is it Y-E-T-T-E or
Y-E-T-T-I.
Y-E-T-T-I. Oh, no, it's Y-E-T-I.
Just one T.
Yep,
So it's the same as the cooler. Y-E-T-I.
Yep.
Yeti microphone.
Review a restaurant, local happenings. Okay, so there's I could go on and on about stuff you could blog about, and you just need to start opening your eyes and doing it. So what I'm about to show you could save you thousands of dollars, can be done by your assistant, can be done by your son or daughter, can be done by you. I believe in you. You can do this because here's the deal. You want to build your brand. You want people to find you when looking to buy or sell, right? You want people to remember you and what you do for a living. What if I said, and get this, Paul, I did these numbers last night, one blog post a week would make you $3,000 a year. You're going, okay, that's 52 blog posts, right? But get this. Would you do it? 52 blog posts for $3,000. Anybody on the call would do that? 1 week. All right? Get this. 52 blog posts times 30 minutes. It takes you 30 minutes. If it took you 30 minutes to do a blog post, equals 1,560 minutes. 1,560 minutes divided by 60 minutes is 26 hours. 3,000 divided by 26 hours is $115 an hour. Not bad, right? Did I do the numbers wrong, or does that make sense?
Makes sense.
One blog post a week equals one sale a year. That's just one. Now I'm telling you, one blog post a week would probably generate way more than that because you're going to share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You're going to share it all over the world to people that know, like, and trust you, and it's going to be something that they're going to be interacting and engaging with to do it.
So the question becomes, is it worth it to work for 26 hours for one deal? So think about the transactions that you did this year or last year. How many was that? How many hours do you think you worked last year each week? And does it break down? Did you do a deal every 26 hours? For most of us, the answer is going to, for a majority of us, the answer is going to be no on that.
Realistically, this is not real. I mean, realistically, this is not realistic because if you're doing one blog post a week, you're going to get way more deals than this because here's the thing. I do a tip of the week video every single week that I send out to my database. If you did one blog post a week that was something besides, and we're gonna have another class on and I'm gonna give you some ideas on where to find content, but that's gonna come down the road. First off, you got to get your blog set up. You got to have your website. It maybe your website that you have right now has a function where you can add a blog tab, so when you click it, so you can keep the content coming and make it relevant, and talk about the SEO and the tag words that are gonna get people to search for buying a home in Kalamazoo or buying a home wherever you're at in your state. That'll get it to show up. So I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but here's one thing you need to do to find out what's going on because people do this. So go to Google, and here's the crazy thing: is if you Google your name, you'll find out, okay, am I doing good or am I not doing good, and where do I need to focus on? So you'll notice that I own the first page, I own the second page of Bing, Yahoo, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying there's a lot of, there's LinkedIn, there's my domain name, there's the Marketing Animals, there's, all kinds of stuff that's going on here. Agent Master, so there's all kinds of YouTube, there's my YouTube channel. So I'm saying, over a period of time, I've built up and continually went to post something on the internet that is relevant, that gets me out there. So if someone says, who is Scott? Well, guess what? They're going to find out really quick because I'm on the first page, and that every single link that's there is about me. So they're going to say, okay, if I'm going to listen to this guy, maybe this is the guy I should listen to. If I'm going to list my home, because he's getting a ton of exposure. So if I want a ton of exposure on my home, I should probably go with somebody that's doing that. So this would be a great thing to show your seller. Say, hey, Google my name. Find out. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. I own the whole first page. That's a great thing. That in itself will get you a listing a year. No questions asked. Probably get you a listing a month, actually. All right? So what we're going to do is go to Bluehost.com, and I'm going to show you, I'm just going to kind of walk through these slides. Now, you're going to get access to this PowerPoint, and here's the thing. You guys see this right on my screen where it says $5.95 per month? Okay, let me just do a little math for you. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because back in the day, I got quoted $2,400 to set up my blog.
That's
through
it?
WordPress, okay?
That's it?
Yeah, only $2,400. Okay?
I got a quote 3 weeks ago that was $5,200
Are you serious?
to develop a website.
Okay.
Now, I'll show you what the difference is between $5,200 and what I got for $60.
Okay, so today, let's see, and I don't know what it is today. It might be $4. It changes every day, but if you pay for the whole year, it's going to cost you $71 for the whole year. I'm not talking per month. I'm talking for the whole year. $71 to host your website, okay? $71. Not $71 per month. I want to make sure everybody understands the power behind like learning how to do this and putting someone in charge of setting this up, because the cost is not there. These guys, you pay them for their time, of course, I get that. But when you guys see how easy it is to set up a WordPress blog.
And this slide, Scotty, a couple of people are posting here. This slide, this is from what they're having a special going on. They typically do at the beginning of the year. Basically, right now, it'll cost you $4.99 a month for the first $60 for a year worth of hosting.
$60 for a year worth of hosting. So, and that's like you got to pay it every year, but it's less. I mean, it's $5 a month, okay? So, I mean, if I take this picture every day, it changes like every day. So, all right, so here we go. Enough of this crap. So you're click on the sign up, you're gonna pick, and get this, you get a free domain name with the hosting. How much is a domain name? Anywhere. Unless you're buying a .info, it's $10, $12, right?
$10, $12.
GoDaddy's $10. Bluehost is $12. So really, if you take $60 minus 10, it's $50 for the first year. And you get a free domain name for the first year. So, in all said and done, it's $60 with a domain name. So, if you don't have a business, you need to find one, spend some time with it, make sure it's going to be your brand, because that brand is going to be who you are on Facebook. You're going to have the same domain name on Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere you go. That's going to be it. And it might be your name. That's totally fine. Just before you go off and buy a domain name, put some time into it. I'll spend a month sometimes thinking about a strategy and how I want to brand something before I go out there, and then I'll go out and test to make sure that it's available on Facebook, it's available on LinkedIn, it's available on Twitter, and then I'll buy the domain name, and then now I'm off and running, and I can brand myself all across a lot of different channels. Pinterest, is it available on Pinterest? So you guys with me on that? The branding part is huge here, okay? So you pick a domain name. That's a pick domain name here, .com, next. You're going to put in your information, real simple stuff. First name, last name, country, street address, city, state, zip, phone, mobile, no big deal, email address. And it's going to say 12-month price. So here's the kicker. They want you to pay for the whole year, which is no big deal. And so it's 12 months, $6.95. It's going to cost you whatever that. Now today it'd be $4.95, right? Mm-hmm. And they give you a better deal if you go 2 years and 3 years down the road. I don't use this, the Site Backup Pro. I don't use that, but you're more than welcome to do it. It's totally up to you. It's not necessary. And then you put in your credit card and you're billed one time and you're done. All right? And you're going to create a password. It's going to say, congratulations, your purchase was successful. Create a password, which is your password to Bluehost. Now, the domain name that you choose to go with your account is the same login that you're going to use for Bluehost, okay? So this one was Gail Zintak. Let's see, which one was it? Did I take a picture? I didn't take a picture of it. So I figured, so like the login would be pickdomainhere.com. That would be the login. And then whatever password you choose would be that one, okay? So you're going to log in, key to cards, and your password. Here is inside this. Now you're going to get, I mean, this is really super simple, okay? I'm going to actually go through this. So domain manager, you're going to look in your domains. You're not going to have any but one domain, okay? I have a bunch in there. I think I have a couple hundred, but no big deal. So you're going to have one, and you're going to see that it's unassigned. See that? So you own the domain, but now you need to make the domain part of your hosting account, okay? So click unassigned next to the domain name you purchased.
And guys, just FYI, there is a chat button when you're on Bluehost, no matter what screen that you are on, whether you're in the buying portion of it, you're in the setup portion of it, no matter where you are in Bluehost, there is a chat button that gives you the availability to speak with someone, and they can actually walk you through some of this stuff. So if you get stuck at that part that Scott was just showing, where you go to you have to activate and set up your hosting. It's an automated thing. It literally does it for you. But if you get stuck, there is a chat feature there, so you can actually speak to a representative of Bluehost anytime.
Now, great question coming in. Now, you don't need to buy hosting for each domain name. Now, the $50 or $60 you just spent to buy hosting for your account is good for, as you can see, I have one hosting account. I don't pay any more, and I have all these domain names in here. I have one hosting account, okay? So I just want to make myself very clear. You don't have to buy a hosting account for every single domain name. You just need one hosting account, and you can put multiple domain names inside that hosting account, okay? So you can have 10 websites for the $60 a month, or $60 a year. Sorry, I keep saying a month. It's just too good to be true, right? So $60 a year, I can have 5 different websites going, or 6 or 7 or 9 or 10, or I have 60. I have 60 right now, okay? I'm not saying you're going to have 60. I'm not saying you're going to have 2. I'm just saying you don't need to spend the $60 anymore. It's just one time per year, okay? Everybody follow me there? So you're ready to go. Congratulations. Now you're hosted inside your hosting account, ready for WordPress, ready for the .com email, which we'll show you soon. Okay? Was that pretty hard? So let's add WordPress to it, which gives you now a website. Is there any questions coming in, Paul, that I should have
I haven't got to the last couple in here. Keep going with where you're at. I'm kind of answering one as we speak, and then if one comes up that we need to cover, I'll stop you real quick if you don't mind, Scotty. I'm about 2 questions behind where you are right now.
No worries. Okay, so let's add WordPress to this. Okay, so what you're going to do, I'm going to go live on this and show you. So let's go. All right, so let's go. See this cPanel right here? So you're going to click on the cPanel, and now just know that my PowerPoint shows you step by step, so you don't have to take notes on this or take pictures or write anything down. Just watch what I'm doing here, and you'll get it. So click on cPanel, which now all I'm going to do is click on cPanel, and it's going to open up, and you're going to see a bunch of stuff, and you're probably going to get a little, like, when I first opened this up, I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? There's nothing here that you really need to know about except for what WordPress looks like. So you're going to look at all this stuff and go, oh my God. You're going to just laugh. But you're going to scroll down just a little bit. You're going to look for this little WordPress. See this WordPress right here? See that? All right. All you do is, so what I do so far, I clicked on cPanel. I clicked on WordPress. And it's going to open up to this cool little screen here. Sorry, I'm on wireless here. A little slower than it normally would be. Actually, it's going to take you a little bit longer on WordPress when you add the WordPress to it anyway. So you're going to see all my domain names. You're not going to see any of this. What you're going to see is this down here. You're going to see WordPress support options. You're going to see install WordPress. You're going to click install. So I've only done 2 things. I've clicked cPanel and WordPress. Okay. Click install. So what I'm doing is I'm taking and going, okay, hey Bluehost, I want to take the domain name I just bought and install WordPress into my domain name, okay? All right. Where would you like to install your WordPress install? So I'm going to pick a domain name. Let's just put it inside. I don't even know which one. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one that I can do. One second here, guys. Sorry about this. All right, so I'm gonna actually do it. This one, kzmortgage.net, and I'm gonna uncheck these. I don't need any of these in here. All these are they're actually, just so you know, they're trying to sell you stuff. They will give you the basic version of it. It's really not necessary. Sometimes I leave the mobile app, but again, when you get to a certain point, they're gonna charge you, but it's a very small fee. But I mainly uncheck them because I don't want them. This is a really good theme, and I actually can show you the examples of this too as well. But it's not needed. There's so many free themes. There's nothing else to spend that it's just insane. So I have red. So uncheck this. It's like plugins and themes. We can automatically install additional plugins and themes. You can also browse the library after installation. So these are just stuff that they give you certain rights to them, but when you want to actually take them to the next level, they go, oh, guess what? You have to buy that one. So I'm not saying that they're bad stuff. You might come back to it and just add it later, but for now, let's just do this. So kzmortgage.net. And I'm going to go complete, and all it's going to do is add WordPress to the domain name that I chose within a matter of minutes. Okay? Let me just show you how crazy cool this is. So what it's doing is it's installing WordPress 3.5.1 into kzmortgage.net. And whatever your domain name would be is what it would install it into, of course. And then within a couple minutes, 42% complete. And you know what's amazing is that usually it's within like a minute. So we're coming up on that right now. 1 second here. So within a minute, I'll show you how crazy cool this is. And now you actually literally have a blog that you see it's done. So how long did that take? I mean, I didn't pause that screen at all. So less than a minute. If I push the cPanel, okay, let me just show you what I did here just before I click on this and show you what all this is. So I pushed cPanel. I chose WordPress script. I clicked install, and I chose where I wanted it to go. And then I got this. So down to that. I mean, 4 steps. Within 3 minutes, I have a site, depending on how long it takes you to sign up. So see where it says kzmortgage.net/WP admin? That is how I log into the back end of my site. If I click on this, it's going to take me to KalamazooMortgage.com. Now, this is actually not where it should be going. I probably screwed it up, but what happens is it actually takes you to the WordPress. Now, Paul, I'm going to take them to, you got one you want to show them?
I've got a couple that I can show them, and just real quick, a couple of questions, and it's a repeated question, so I want to address it because several have this question. Guys, we're showing, Scott shows Bluehost because that's the one that he uses for his WordPress sites and that he has become comfortable with. I'll tell you,
Correct.
I do exactly what Scott does with Bluehost. I do the exact same thing using GoDaddy. So for those of you, the question that's coming in is if I have my domains or if I'm already on GoDaddy, do you recommend no, don't move your stuff. GoDaddy has the same word.
I'm gonna go against you on this one, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually the reason I'm in Bluehost because I had GoDaddy, and the problem with GoDaddy is it seems to run slower than Bluehost does.
And I can tell you why that is, Scotty. It's the level of hosting that you go with. GoDaddy has the lowest level of hosting on GoDaddy. When I was purchasing mine, it was showing at $3.99 a month, and then the next level up was $5.99 a month.
Okay.
The next level up is what I went with, and what they do is they've got different levels of hosting depending on what your budget is. Bluehost does not. Now, the reason Bluehost runs faster for you is because there's less people utilizing the Bluehost server than there are using the GoDaddy server on the low-level hosting, which if you don't have anything yet, I highly recommend that you go the Bluehost direction. If you've not done this before, if you don't have a domain and you don't have hosting somewhere, go the Bluehost direction. But the transferring of your domain name and the moving of your hosting and things like that from GoDaddy to Bluehost can be cumbersome. It requires a knowledge of DNS server access and things like that, and can be quite difficult. And so that's the only reason I say if you're already on GoDaddy, stay there, because it can be difficult to move your stuff. But
actually, I was going to show you. I actually have it in here how easy it is to move it.
do you know? Okay, it's not something I've ever tried to do. Just because when I looked at it, it said something about DNS stuff, and You know, I act like I play a technology guru on TV, but it's only because I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, and I'm not, and the only reason I'm doing this is because maybe I didn't give GoDaddy enough credit where, you know, because they're a good company. I'm not saying anything against them. It's just that I've had amazing success with Bluehost and their support and their staff. So nothing against GoDaddy. I mean, when you buy a domain name, buy one place or another. I spend most of my time. I spend all of my time in Bluehost. I had some in GoDaddy, and for the life of me, I talked to them over and over again, and I said, what can I pay to get the speed up? And and when I say speed, when you go to a domain name, like when you click on your domain name, the stuff should come up rather quickly, or you're going to lose people. I mean, you have a split second where some stuff should start showing, and this is a WordPress blog right here. Okay, now the cool part about this WordPress blog, every time you go here, you're going to see this same exact thing. Nothing's going to change. Okay, that's called a static WordPress blog, which means the cover never changes, but you'll notice there's a blog tab here. You guys with me?
Mm-hmm.
So some have a static, and you can make all your WordPress blogs a static, so the home page never changes, so every time they come here, you have a website. That's really what a website is a static website. It doesn't change. All of the back-end pages, you can add pages into it, stuff like that, but it doesn't change. So going back to setting up that website, that's really all you do. So let me just show you really quick. Let me just stick here. So all these buttons are really easy to, and we're going to do this and show you how to do it. So let me just go back to my PowerPoint so I stay on track here. So all right, I set up my website, I set up the link, and now I have the recap. So you can log into your new website at wpadmin.com. Your username is whatever your admin is. Admin lets you change it. And the password is what they give you. You're gonna get notified. Let me see if I still have it. I didn't have it, so I can go in and get it. But so they're gonna give you a password, and they're gonna, when you originally pull up that form, when you pull up this right here, it's gonna give you a password right here. What you want to do is actually change that password. So for now, you're gonna get an email as well saying, hey, here's your login, here's your website, here's your login. Here's the username and password, so you're good to go. All right. So you can go to the website, and you're going to have a website that pops up and it's ready to roll. Here's the one I just showed you. So I wanted to show you how crazy you can have pictures. You can have your social media sites. You can have all kinds of different boxes. There's a million different templates to choose from. You can change the color of all this stuff. So if you want to take time to learn this stuff, you're more than welcome to do so, and it really is not that hard. I see people that go with the standard WordPress blog, which is, which I had one to show you, like the standard theme. Do you know anybody that has the standard theme, Paul?
What, the 2012?
Yeah, like just like so.
When you first upload it, it's going to come basically. It's going to be just a generic. They call it the 2012 theme, which is the generic that it comes with. You have access to change to any the sheer number of themes that are available for free. Plus, you add in the 8,000 or so that are paid versions of it.
Correct.
There are multiple themes for you to choose from, and that's really where the design comes from. That's where you get to be creative is in your theme. When you think about the theme, that's where the look of the website look or the blog page look, however you want it to look, it comes from the theme and the functionality of the theme. When choosing one, you get the opportunity to read through and see what all it does. Does it have 2 columns or are there 3 columns? Or, can I change the header with a custom header, or can I change the header and footer? All of those things make a difference in how you set up your WordPress site. Because really what you're doing is you're taking what they give you as a theme and you're building your content or information around it. They give you a template. You just populate your content at that point.
Correct. So here's what you're going to get when it first looks like, oh my God, this is like crazy. But here's the cool part about this. Like this is what I just created the other day. So here's the back end of my website, and it shows like the themes and stuff like this. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But when you're done, it's going to look like this. But here's how crazy it is to edit this thing. Once you know, and we'll walk you through this. We're going to do an advanced version. So if anybody wants to go in and get their blog set up or get their hosting account set up and initiate the blog. And again, that's where the group is for. If you get stuck, just say, hey, this is the point I'm at. I'm trying to do this or trying to do that. We can really quickly help you and show you how to do things. So under the Settings tab, General, it's going to show you like the name of what's going on. So I can change the name. I can show what it says. I can show what it doesn't say. There's all kinds of really cool stuff you can do. See where it says the title right here? Demo on Agent Mastermind. And we're going to show you how to do headers and stuff like that. I'm kind of going into the back end and getting a little ahead of myself, but I want to show you how crazy this is. Right after it's done and you change something, it happens right now. So there's Demo on Agent Mastermind. I'm showing you live right now. Here's a little header, which you can have whatever header you want here. Now, last week we showed you how to do a header for Facebook, right? If you were on the call, you know that now you can do headers inside PowerPoint 2010. It's the same thing for this, except for the measurements are just a little different. And we'll talk about that. Here's your little buttons. Your buttons are automatically put there. You can add to it, subtract from it. Here's your little home button where your actual blog post will go. I mean, it's really super simple, okay? So let's go back to showing you how crazy it is now to, I'm going to show them, Paul, really quick. If somebody wants, if you want to switch from GoDaddy to Bluehost, I'm going to show you really quick how to do it, okay? Does that sound good?
Yep.
So what you're going to do is, actually I'm going to do this, so you're going to click on the GoDaddy, you're going to log in. Let me just show you this live real quick. So I'm logged into GoDaddy. So I'm logged into GoDaddy. You're going to click on All Products, and actually you just hover your mouse over it. Hold your mouse over Domains, and then you're going to slide your mouse over to Domain Management. You guys follow me there? So All Products, it's kind of, the mouse is tricky. If you go from right here to here, it doesn't get there. So sometimes it does. So you got to kind of slide over. Click on Domain Management, and for some reason it logged me out, so let me log back in really quick. And here's my domain name. So say that I wanted to change the DNS servers of Scott's Private Label, okay? So underneath Scott's Private Label, I click on the actual domain name. So all I do is click on it. We'll just go back real quick. So I click on any one of these domain names, okay? So let's just do my son's right here, Greg Hudspeth. And you see these name servers right here? So if you click on Manage Name, actually hold your mouse over it, click on Set Name Servers, and it's going to pop up. It's going to go, what do you want to do with these name servers? And here it is. You want to, I have specific name servers for my domains, okay? Now, I do this every time I do this. If somebody has a GoDaddy domain name and I put it in a Bluehost account for them, I go to GoDaddy and I just search Bluehost name servers. All right, that's the very first one. Click on it. And here it is right here. It'll show it up. There's the name servers right there, okay? So I'm going to copy that. It's all, the only difference is it's 1 and 2, all right? So I'm going to go back under my GoDaddy, and I'm going to put those domain servers in there. NS1, and then I'm going to copy this one, but the only difference is this is a 2. All right, you guys see that? You see that okay, Paul?
Yep.
NS1, NS2, and I'm going to click OK. Now I've just changed the name server. Now I'm not pulling the domain name from GoDaddy. All I'm doing is saying I want to host it in Bluehost. Okay? Now watch this, Paul. So it literally happens like, and watch it not work for me, but usually with as fast as I can get over to Bluehost and pull it in, it's in. So what you want to do is click on Domain Manager, and I put all this in the PowerPoint for you. All right. Now, right after this, I'm going to show you how to set up your email. So just hang tight with us. And then as soon as I click on Domain Manager, I'm going to click on Add. As soon as it comes up, sorry for the delay. There it goes. Add a domain name to your cPanel account. Remember, you already have a hosting account. I just want to add the domain to it. So add a domain or assign a domain. And as soon as this pops up, let me just close some of this stuff down here in case it's slowing me down. All right. Now the second one down is first select the domain name that you would like to assign, or use a domain name that's not already associated with your account. So remember the name. You don't put in the www. You just go GregHudspeth.com. It's going to go look for it. Within a couple seconds, it's going to say it found it, and the name servers are Bluehost. See how it says N1 and N2?
Yep.
Bluehost.com. You're done. All you do is click Add Domain, and within a couple seconds, it is now inside your hosting account. Is that cool? Isn't that crazy easy? So I clicked OK, so I'm going to add that. So it'll take just a second to do that. But within 2-3 minutes, it'll be inside your hosting account. All right? And now you can add WordPress to it and start setting up your blog the way you want it to look. All right? Isn't that amazing? Jay's like, wow. Isn't that crazy? So that is how easy it is to take. Now I didn't remove it from GoDaddy. I just changed the hosting where it's hosted at. So within a couple minutes here, it shows up. So let's just show you how to do an email account and how crazy it is to do an email account inside Bluehost. So say that I wanted to set up an email account and I would like to use Greg. So I'm just going to wait one more minute here and show you guys this. Let me just go to my PowerPoint here. All right, so in the PowerPoint, I show you how to go to domains, click on domain management, click on the one you want to choose, name servers, click on name servers, put in the bluehost.com, ns1.bluehost.com, click OK. There it is right there. And then log into your control panel, click domain manager. You're going to click assign domain to cPanel account. So I have, like if you already have one, you just haven't done anything with it, this is how you do it. Add the domain name to the actual use.com you do not already have associated, and then click add domain, and you're done. It's already in the account. All right? Crazy.
Kevin's asking a question on GoDaddy under hosting options. What does databases mean? What that means is your database, like when you upload your WordPress or you install on GoDaddy, you can install the WordPress.org there. That's your database. That's the data that is actually the content of your site. It's a bunch of dots and dashes and hyphens and arrows and all kinds of weird symbols, but that's the HTML coding of your actual site is what your database is. So one of the things you don't want to do is mess with your database. When you do your edits, do it from the dashboard. Do it from when you get logged in and you're in the dashboard. Don't mess with your databases if you can, because that's the content of your site.
There's a couple
like
great questions coming
is
here.
for one database,
is better
25
value,
or
okay.
unlimited.
It's I have not come across the number that they will allow, so I hate to say that I don't. I'm over 50, so
yeah, I would go unlimited.
Yeah, so remember when I said you could have a FSBO, website, you can have an expired listing website, you can have a builder website, you can have your own website that encompasses all of the tabs of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys, you can go crazy with this stuff at no cost. The only cost you have to pay is the name for the price for the domain name. Okay. All right. So as you can see right down here, Greg Hudspeth is now inside my account. Now I'm going to add an email for Greg because Greg's starting his own thing and he's starting his own business. He wants to brand himself and his name. So I want to start with an email, and then I'm going to show you how to put it inside Gmail, okay? So GregHudspeth.com. I'm going to click on cPanel again. So the only thing I've ever used, I don't know about you, Paul, but the only thing I've ever used is WordPress and the email. That's it. That's the only thing I've ever used. That's it. So all this other stuff, unless you're like a severe techno, you'll never use it. I mean, now you can spend all the time in the world. Yeah, example websites. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see.
Yep, I've got bunches. Just let me know when you're ready. I've got a few pulled up, my friend.
Okay, cool. All right, let me show you this email real quick. This email literally takes 3 minutes.
Oh, I don't have any real estate ones pulled up though.
Okay.
Well, I do actually. I've got a real estate WordPress site pulled up. I've got my buddy's site from Luxury.
Let me just show you
Luxury Sarasota.
while we're waiting. I know one that was done that had the IDX tied into it, so let me just show you this one.
Yeah, this one I've got has an IDX on it as well.
Does it? Okay. All right. So here's one that we did inside WordPress that has a bunch of the drop downs. It's a pretty cool template. itcrealty.com has the IDX search, has the prices of the homes in here, mortgage calculator, all kinds of stuff. So what I mean, it's just endless what you want to do with your site. So all right. So don't need this anymore. All right. So underneath the cPanel, we'll show you some more examples too. So cPanel, and guys, here's the thing. It's not about the look. Yeah, it needs to look respectable. It needs to look okay, but it's not. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm not saying go like put up the best looking website, WordPress blog you could possibly have and make it look. Spend $1 million making it look good. That's not what this is about. What it's about is building a database, letting people get to know you, like you, and trust you through your efforts of putting out content that is relevant and interactive and engaging. Okay? Don't ask me to say that again because that was a tongue twister there. All right, so email. Okay, so you clicked on cPanel, and you scroll down just a little bit. You're going to see mail. Click on mail accounts. Now this is crazy because I know a lot of people don't even know that this is like available, but there's no cost for this. I've never paid for an email address that was inside with that was attached to a domain name. So check this out. So click on email, and you're going to say, okay, what email account do you want? As soon as this pops up. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm dragging here a little bit. And I actually show you how to do this on this PowerPoint. Let's see. So setting up your .com email. No more Gmail, Yahoo, or Hotmail. You can still use Gmail. I'm going to show you how to put it inside Gmail, but it looks professional. It's a .com. So let's just see. Okay, so right at the very top, check this out. If you're not paying attention, come back to the screen. So I'm going to put in Greg at greghudspeth.com. I'm going to click the little drop-down box. I'm going to go find it. There it is right there. So his email is going to be greg at greghudspeth.com, okay? Password, whatever you want your password to be. Just remember what it is because you're going to need this in Gmail. All right? So there's my password. Here's the thing. I only want 250 because I don't need unlimited because that's going to start to charge you. And what you're going to do in Gmail is you're going to make it so that not one email stays inside Bluehost, but it gets pulled into Gmail and deletes it from your Bluehost account so you don't have to pay anything for it. All right? So I put in the email name, chose the domain name, passwords, strength, whatever, it doesn't matter, as long as it's good and you know it. And then just this, don't do unlimited, you're going to have to pay for that. And then create account. It's that easy. So now Greg at Greg Hudspeth is ready to roll, but now I got to pull it inside to my Gmail, okay? Let me just show what I'm talking about here. I'm going to log into Gmail. This can all be done within 5 minutes. So I'm going to click on this little settings tab over on the right-hand side. See it over here? Click on settings. Underneath the setting tabs is going to be accounts and import. See that right there? You guys see that okay, Paul?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We haven't had any lag in a long time. So you guys can see that I have a ton of emails that I can send from, and I have a ton of emails that I receive from, okay? So here is, let's see. I'm just going to delete one because I want to put this in this account. So you can have up to 5 emails that you receive emails from that you set up. So let me just, so all you do is you click on accounts, scroll down to where it says check mail from other accounts using POP3. Click on add pop mail. It's going to say, what's the email? It's greg at greghudspeth.com. Okay? Right? That's the one I set up. Next step. Same username is the same exact thing. Greg at greghudspeth.com. Password is whatever password you set up. And then that is going to stay the same because it's the .com, so that automatically populates because I don't know how Gmail knows. It just knows. This is the same, doesn't change. You make sure you don't check any of these boxes, okay? Because if you leave a copy retrieved from the server, it's gonna
then you'll get up to that 250 very, very quickly, and then you'll be charged.
Yep, and then you click Add Account, and it's going to go, all right, yes, I want to be able to send from greg at greghudspeth.com. Next. And then here's the little ninja trick that I would highly recommend doing, okay? When people get your email address, they know your name, but they don't know your phone number. You with me on this? So I'm going to put Greg 269-555-1212. What are they going to see before they even open my email? They're going to see my name and my number. Okay?
And I love that. I love that you can do
Telling you,
that
this
with
is huge.
Gmail.
So I'm going to click. I'm going to click next step. Send. Okay. So and then the next one is send mail through SMP. Yes. Just keep following the steps. Send through Gmail, easier to set up. So next. Before you can send through Greg, you got to send to verify that you own the email address. Click send. Now what's going to happen is it's going to come right to my inbox because I have it going there. And I'm going to have to, I don't even need this right here because I can click on the actual thing. But now you're going to see down here that Greg at Greg Hudspeth is going to eventually be part of my email. And it just takes a couple seconds to get there. And we'll wait for that. So while we're doing that, Paul, why don't we go and what happens is it circulates through. The very first one takes a little bit longer, and it'll eventually show up in your Gmail that Greg at Greg Hudspeth, Google's trying to verify that you own it, so you have to click confirm, and we'll show you that in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and let me refresh this one more time, make sure I didn't get it. Okay, and I'm going to turn this over to you for just 1 second there, buddy. Change presenters. Are you ready, bud?
Of course.
Okay. There we go. And so Paul's going to show you a couple examples. I could have done the same. I just didn't have them up. So, man, that's beautiful.
This is a WordPress site. A good friend of mine that I actually went to high school with over in the Sarasota area. The URL address is Luxury Sarasota Real Estate, and this is a WordPress site, you guys. The theme he's chosen just allows him to have the header in here. He's changed this recently. He was doing a different theme until about 2 months ago. The theme he had before, it didn't allow for this IDX search right here. And quite frankly, I believe that this theme is a custom theme that they purchased this theme because they wanted the IDX right here under the main image. What they lost was before they used to have a rotating image up here. The header would stay about 5 or 6 seconds and then rotate to another picture. The pages, there's nothing special about this. These are just pages and then built side pages. I can show you exactly, I mean, if you want to see what that looks like in terms of, I don't have access to this blog. I can show you in terms of, like on this blog, I've got something similar where, you know, it's got drop-down menus. I don't have as many pages on there, but how do you do that is it's just from the dashboard. When you go into pages, I've created, as you can see, all of the pages are in my pages, even the sub-pages or pages that you don't see. Like if you look at that site, you don't see Team Oakley anywhere on there unless you went to Team Bios, and then you would see that page I created for Team Oakley. It's still a page on my blog, but it doesn't sit anywhere on here. Same thing with this. When you hover these down, it's got these pages within pages. The way that you do that is just by knowing a little bit about your dashboard. Now you've got help desks and all kinds of help, but getting to know your dashboard is the important thing. One of the big questions that keeps coming in is appearance. So if I go to appearance and I go to themes, I can now change to any of the themes you see available here, or I can go to install themes, find themes, and it will show me all of the themes that are available for me to choose from. And let's say I want to know if all the activities or everything I want to do is going to work for Nero. So I would go to details and just read a little bit about what Nero offers. If I want to preview it, I can get a preview of what Nero will look like with my site. Okay? Does it have all the bells and whistles? If I don't like it, then I simply go back. Now, another big thing is people are talking about how do you get your IDX in there. Now, again, this particular theme is a custom theme. I don't have access to show you how he did it in this particular theme. But the one that Scott showed a minute ago, if you noticed, that IDX was just running down the little side there for him. It was just part of one of these. That's a simple widget. Yep, it's just a widget. So if you come into widgets, when you have WordPress, notice that right here in my sidebar, my right sidebar, it just says text. Find us on Facebook, text, local weather, and then text here. Well, I can drag another text widget over here, and I can build whatever I want using HTML coding. That's what an IDX is, an HTML code. You have a subscription with your IDX provider, and they provide you with a widget that or an HTML code that allows you to install it. And that's all it is you paste in that widget. So if you look at this page, notice I've got local weather here, and it shows what the local weather conditions for this area are, or I can click it to view local weather, but it gives me just a little weather update. All that is, guys, in local weather is this HTML code that I pasted in from the Weather Channel or weatherbug.com. That's all that is a widget. So building out your sites, that was one of the big questions that keeps coming. How do we build out, how do we do these things? Just kind of get to know your dashboard, if you will. You can build pages.
30 minutes a day or whatever. At the end of a month, you will know WordPress inside and out.
It's right here.
Make a commitment to learn, and so if you're doing good and you're cranking business and you got leads coming in, hire this stuff out. It's not, I'm going to give you. And here's the thing: if you guys, hey Paul, there's a couple of questions coming in about the email thing, and I really want everybody to have their email. So let's
absolutely go back to yours and show that. That is one of these. Right. You want to make sure that you have access to doing that. Go ahead, you got it.
So can you guys see my screen? Okay, I think I clicked the button.
No, you did not show your screen yet, brother.
Oops, sorry, man. There we go. Yes. Okay, so you guys noticed that I got an email from Gmail team, and the email says, before you can send from Greg Hudspeth using your Gmail account, ScottyBud23, you must confirm. So I'm going to click on this link. But here's the thing. Somebody last week was talking about getting a Google account, like paying the $50 a month or something like that, or $50 a year, whatever. With what I just showed you, and I think it was Jay, he realized that it's not necessary to do that. You can buy a domain name and set up you can set up to 5 emails inside your Gmail account. So there's no forwarding. I'm going to go ahead and accept this just so I can kind of walk through the steps with you guys again. So here's the thing, and it's on the PowerPoint. So what you do is here you click on the cPanel. Let's blow this up. So what you're doing is you are enabling Gmail to send and receive emails on for you as you with whatever domain name that you set up. Does that make sense to everybody? So you're enabling and using Gmail as your email platform to send and receive emails, but you're
your branded domain name.
As your branded domain name. So now watch this. Now let me just show you, and then I'll go back to why this is so cool. So if I go compose, let me just shrink this down so I can see it here. If I click compose and I choose from, see this little drop down right here? Now you'll notice that I now have.
You can send an email as any one of your multiple personalities, Scotty.
Yeah. So any one of my multiple personalities. So here's the cool thing. So Greg, I don't know why it isn't there. Maybe I got to refresh here. So under accounts and import, there it is right there. So Greg at GregHudspeth.com. So it should be there. Let me just refresh this so it all takes place here. And now, if I want to have Greg at GregHudspeth.com as my default email address, I click on the Tools tab, click on Settings, Accounts and Import, and boom, I make as my default. Now check this out. If I do that, I go to Compose. Guess who it's from? Greg at GregHudspeth.com. That's my default email. So every email I send or every email I reply to is going to have Greg at GregHudspeth.com sent and received from my Gmail account. It's no longer ScottyBud23 at gmail.com. All right? I didn't spend any more money getting that email address. I just showed you how to set it up, okay? Now, before I send all these emails from Greg at GregHudspeth, people are like, who the heck are you? I'm going to go back and change this to Scott at us.com, which is that one right there. Make that default. Okay. So, as a recap, whoops, let me just save this. General, save changes. Okay, so I save changes. So, as a recap, let me just show you. So, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not forwarding anything. I'm setting up a domain name. I created a hosting account inside Bluehost. I now created an email address inside
which is free with your hosting account, by the way.
Free with your hosting account, correct. I clicked on the email tab right here. I clicked on the email. I blew it up for you. I put in let's roll at whatever you want. So your first name and your new domain name. Put in your password. Leave it at 250 and click create account. Now you're done. Now you go to Gmail. Once it's done, let's head to Gmail and add our .com to the email. So I click on the gear. I mean, I walk you through this step by step. It's really super simple. So, and I'm not saying you're if you have issues, that's where the Facebook group comes in. Just go there, say, hey man, I'm stuck at this point. Help me out, and I'll do a little short video, or somebody will do a little video and help you out. Okay, promise. So click on the gear, click on settings, click on accounts and import, click add pop email. Put in the email address you want to add. Email address. Remember, the email address is the same email address you set up, and the password is the exact same email, or excuse me, the password that you set up, okay? Leave all these unchecked. Do not check this box, okay? It'll start costing you some money. And then click Add Account. All right? Now inside here, you're gonna it's gonna automatically go through here and set it up for you. You're gonna have to accept that email that I showed you that I accepted. And then it's going to actually add it all for you. So within your Gmail, you're going to get this email that says, "Please accept this email. I want to send from and receive Greg at GregHudspeth.com in my Gmail account," and you're done. So now when you go to compose, if you ever want to send from that, I would and then excuse me, make that email your default email address, because that is now your new brand.
Absolutely.
Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Scotty, great stuff. Hey, can you do me a favor, Scotty?
Yeah.
Are you done? Were you done, or you got more? You got more. I thought you had finished there. I'm sorry.
I'm done. Yep. I'm done.
Okay. James Eichenbaum is wondering, can you flip back to that screen that showed the breakdown of one blog post equals how much time equals how many hours equals one deal?
Yeah.
He's got some team members with him that he wanted to make sure they saw that.
Now this is like literally I did the bare minimums on this. One blog post a week, I guarantee, is going to build your brand on all the social media sites. Because when you're done with your blog post, when you're done with it, you're going to go grab like what's the name of that blog? What's the name of that blog post or the blog you run, right? Paul.
Luxury Sarasota real estate.
Luxury Sarasota. I didn't spell that right because I can't spell. So here under his blog, does he have a blog on this one? Maybe not.
No, he's got it. No,
it's under news.
Yeah.
I'll bet you. Yeah, here it is.
It absolutely is under news. That's where the categories are all listed and the blog's posts go.
So instead of his says blog, it says news, which is what I would want to get, right?
It's a website. It makes it a website.
So under his blog, it's Luxury Sarasota Real Estate. The blog, we love receiving these. He's going to take this link right here, copy paste, and we'll show you how to automatically have it go. But I'm going to go to Facebook. And now I want to show people this article that I just wrote. And I want to share it with everybody. So I'm going to go, boom, paste it. We love receiving these. Who's not going to read that? What a great title. I'm going to delete the link, and I'm going to go, wanted to share an interesting article. Everyone, let me know what you think. And then you post it, and now and you can even change the pictures of the blog post that he put pictures in there. You can even change that. You can change the title of it if you want. You can change the what's in here if you want. I mean, all this stuff. But now you're getting exposure on social media sites and letting people remind them of who you are and what you do for a living.
And trust me on this, my buddy Mark does that with that Dwell on his Dwell Real Estate or this Luxury Sarasota. He posts, there's one, if you keep scrolling down, there was one where one of the local news channels did a feature on the state of real estate in Sarasota and how it's one of the top 10 real estates in the country. He posted that on his fan page. He posted that on his personal page. A bunch of us that are friends with him from high school shared it. I mean, he got more exposure about that one news article than a lot of people did.
Check this out. Luxury Sarasota. I just Googled it. It's #1.
Yeah. He's doing some good things with it. And actually, guys, I have spoken with him and asked about him coming on and spending a little time with our group. He is willing to do so. He's quite busy right now. He is the broker owner at Dwell Real Estate. And so his team comes first, which is great. I cannot blame him for that. So scheduling the time has been a little bit difficult, but we will be interviewing Mark Rasmussen of Dwell Realty, Luxury Sarasota Real Estate soon, and specifically be talking to him about his blog and what he's doing on social media.
Yeah, look, I just put in Sarasota Real Estate, and he's number 3.
Yeah, he should be number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
He was number 1 for a long time. They stay very active. They do a new blog post at least once a week, and at this point, he's got somebody that actually does it for him now. He started the blog site himself 2 years ago, but he now has somebody managing that for him.
Cool. All right, everybody. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining us today. We got so much more great stuff coming. I wanted to get you guys set up. If you email me let me just give you a little email. I'll take the scott@us.com. If you email me if you would like help, I'm not going to do it. Just trust me on that. I'm going to refer you to a great friend of mine who is an amazing WordPress. If you say this is what I want to do, it just somehow happens. But she will set up the hosting for you. She will at a very, very, very she's the one that does all my stuff for me. Very reasonable, very smart, very nice person who I think you know who it is, Paul, but I won't say any names. But email me with that information. Join us on our Facebook if you're here for the first time. Facebook groups /Agent Mastermind. I'll shrink that down a little bit. Let's see, there we go. I'm sure it's coming up, but facebook.com /groups /Agent Mastermind. If you have a question, share it with us. If you got a success story, share it with us. If you have something that's not working, share it with us, and we'll try and plug some holes in it and figure out what it's going to take to make it work. Okay? So we're just all hanging out, trying to help each other. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you asking the questions that you do on the group already, and I appreciate everything you guys bring to our lives as far as real estate agents being out there pounding the pavement and helping people get into new homes, which is really the ultimate goal for me, is to help you, help them, and it's just a huge chain of helping people. So, Paul?
Awesome stuff, guys. There are a lot of you who are posting in there at the end of the class. How do we get access to the PowerPoint? How can I see the PowerPoint? How do I get the slides? All you have to do is contact the loan professional who invited you to today's class. They can provide you with the PowerPoint. They can provide you with the recording of the class. Guys, a lot of the loan professionals who are here on the class with you today have been going through some of this WordPress training with our group for quite a while and can help you with some of the aspects of it. So make sure that you ask your loan professional, hey, do you know a little bit about WordPress? If they don't know, they can certainly get the answers for you. So just contact the loan professional who invited you. They'll be able to get you all the access that you need and a lot of times answer some of these questions that you've got about implementing what you saw in today's class.
Excelente. Hey, same time, same place next Tuesday. Everybody be safe. Super Bowl's over, so we need to find something else to do, right?
Man, we got March Madness coming up soon. Go Gators, baby. Go Gators.
There we go. All right. Hey, Paul, man. Love you like a brother, man. See you soon. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
Have a great weekend, Scotty. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Bye.
I knew I liked you, Jay. Go Gators.
See ya.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.